fun matchup in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. One will get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackle made by Demetrius Knight.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead. And that's going to award their offense a 1st down. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives them new life and this 1st down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Four yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Sanders. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later.
Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100.
In the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what'd they tell us yesterday in those production meetings? Nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Sanders now on 3rd down. That one's caught by Jefferson. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Working inside the red zone. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And that's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown! Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Burrow to the air now. Has it downfield. It's Chase. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Burrow from the gun. He steps in and makes the interception. And the Vikings will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Sanders back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He takes this down to the 24-yard line. That stop made by Barrett Carter.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 24. Down he goes! The Bengals got to him! And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That quarterback clock, it is so important to play in the position and playing it efficiently. You got to know, you got to have that clock in your head because that's enough time in this league to get rid of the ball. That's a lesson this QB's got to learn.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it'll be 2nd and goal, still a couple of shots at this one.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to meet him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Complete on the option. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Reichert connects there. And they come away with some points on that series.
2 drives and both of them ending in points. You don't even mind you only got a field goal there, Kate. They got to be ecstatic, exactly the way they wanted to start this one.
On the return, here's Jones. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Play action now. Burrow. Hits him on the out route. And he will be stopped now, but a lot to like about that effort.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our 1st quarter. It's a 10-0 ball game. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They'll have it 2nd and 8. From the 38. Finds Chase on the slant. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Brown on the inside give. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead,
it's another first-half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. So their 2nd drive ends just the way their 1st one did, Brock. And if you are the coach down there, man, you've got to be fuming.
Yeah, so frustrated, right? 2 drives in, you still can't get your game plan at all. Not if series are going to keep ending prematurely. You don't want to be playing behind schedule right from the start of the game, which is exactly where they found themselves.
On 1st down, here's Sanders. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd down carry for Jones. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
It's Sanders out of the pistol. That's caught. This is Addison. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
To the air on first down, Sanders. Thielen's got it, complete. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Take it a short gain and turn it into an explosive play.
First down from the red zone. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. It's a T.J. Hawkinson touchdown. Point after try good by Reichard. And the Vikings take a 3-possession lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds a man right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he'll get it up to the 44.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that could create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
That is exactly why you rally to the football. He got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. And it's the Bengals facing a 3rd and 6. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he will not get any further, but plenty of progress already.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. The throw is caught. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Sanders going to look to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Sanders going to throw here on first. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. He finds space, middle of the field. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings take a 3-possession lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. On the return, here's Jones. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. Burrow on first down. Oh no, they get him yet again! Harrison Smith with the INT! And the Vikings will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
Well, we're watching a defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
He'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. Reichard connects there, and that extends the lead to 20. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. On 2nd and 10 now, it's Burrow. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Jones with a run to start the 3rd quarter. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Sanders now on 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
Collects this at the 35. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow setting to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. So it's 2nd down coming up. Burrow to the air now. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense that's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Burrow now on 1st down. Oh, he's got it in close. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. To the air again, it's Burrow. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Sticking in the air, it's Burrow. Escapes the pocket, and he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Burrow's gonna sneak it, and he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bengals shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Joe Burrow with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. McPherson to add the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals drop the lead back to 13. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Sanders has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd down now, 7 to go. It's Sanders out of the pistol. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. The 40! Into the red zone! He does it! Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings make it a 3-possession game. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown! His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threat that these slant routes pose that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of their QBs to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch and run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
He stopped on the run back of the 27. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Burrow. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So 2nd down coming up.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Burrow out of the shotgun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion, but that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And they send a man in motion. 4th down, Burrow. It's caught. Chase has it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Burrow. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And they pick him off again! And the Vikings have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Well, it'd make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
It's Jones on the toss. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
They got out ahead of that one, and good thing, too. That effort, right? Just that pursuit, that want-to, may have prevented a big play, and instead, well, they nearly got him for a tackle for loss.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Counterplay, Jones. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 2 yards to the pickup. They're going to be left with 4th and 4. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. 1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Hits his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, Burrow to throw. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Burrow from the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Putting the body on the line for his team. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Working inside the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Again, it's Burrow. On the move, headed right. And he's out of bounds just behind that line. Only a yard or two lost, but Brock, we all know, still qualifies as a sack.
You know, Kate, that's one of those situations where the game just, I think, speeds up on the QB a little bit. He doesn't flip it out of bounds before he goes out. It's going to end up as a sack on the stat sheet for the defense, and they earned it with effort. Chasing
and
him.
He will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals drop the lead back to 13. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. This makes it up to the 25. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 31. Little off-center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To the air, Sanders. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow back to throw. He throws a bullet to the set. Big gain downfield. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They get 28 out of that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Throwing is Burrow. Short pass brought in. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Working quickly here. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Right back to Chase. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Offense up to the line fast. Desperation time here. He finds him beyond the marker. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals now within one score in the fourth. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Fielded at the 7. Good work so far. He's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And now they face 2nd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Well, the good part is he did bring that play to a stop. Unfortunately, looks like he got banged up on the tackle. He's in some discomfort out there. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Looking to throw. Looking underneath, it's Jones. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They're going to pass it here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10. Here's Jones. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
3rd down, here's Jones. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. A lot of pressure on this kick for Will Reichard. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
And this gets out to the 30 before he stopped. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Finds him on the slant. And he'll go down, we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. First down, Burrow to throw. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Now to throw. Hits his running back. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Burrow setting up the play action. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him.
And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score. All right, Brock, take me inside the helmet of a quarterback here as you're laying there after taking that hit. Are you asking your linemen? Are you listening to the crowd? What are you doing to find out if you made the connection?
Yes, yes to all of that. You're listening to the crowd. That's kind of your first indicator as you're laying there. That roar, what is it? Is it a touchdown? Is it a pick? And then your buddies let you know right away as they pick you off the ground, and that is a hit you will take for 6 every time.
Ooh, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And the Vikings bring in the onside kick. That should just about do it.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
So it's a win for the Vikings. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league. But as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off.